Welcome to Junior Achievement's Virtual Speaker Series. I'm Dave Rugaber and I work for a company called Oberg Industries. Oberg Industries is an advanced manufacturing company located north of Pittsburgh. Let me tell you a little bit about where the video is coming from right now. You're in what we call our Zoom studio. One of the things that Oberg does is we actually put classes once a month into 9th through 12th grade high schools in this area. Those classes cover everything from career opportunities, like what you'd be interested in, that's used in manufacturing, how math is used in manufacturing, and how physics and math and everything comes together in what's called mechatronics and used in manufacturing also. So in this room, we have the logos of the high schools that are part of our program. We have a whiteboard over here where you can draw on it, show drawings, show video and things like that. And to make all this technology work together, we have somebody that's pulling it all together. So Michelle is helping me today. Michelle, would you like to say hello?
Yeah.
Hi, Michelle, thanks. So Michelle's going to be helping to make sure that all this technology works. So that's where we are today. So as we go through this, we'd like to answer a series of questions and just get you better informed on what opportunities are in industry in the Pittsburgh area, what type of careers, and what opportunities are there for you. So the first thing that I want to talk about is what's the best advice that I ever received? One of the best advice I ever received was do something you love. It's got to be something interesting when you go to work every day. Make sure it's something you like to do. So what's it mean? That doesn't mean that you get to do just something only because you love it. You should enjoy it. It needs to be something you have a special talent and something that's in demand. So you don't want to do something that there's no need for, but really fun and exciting. So it has to have all those aspects. So for example, for me personally, I loved baseball when I was growing up. But I quickly learned that I was never going to be a good baseball player. I had trouble making my local team. But what I did think of was, what about being a baseball statistician? I love math, I love baseball. So that's a way that I had in mind of putting together all those opportunities and come up with something that was fun for me, was a need, and a special skill. So I'm sure you'll find something like that that you're interested in. So the other thing to remember is there are an awful lot of needs for careers in the Pittsburgh area because you've grown up here, you like it here, hopefully. And so there was a study that was done that said there's going to be a lot of needs for people that are interested in engineering and science, people that like to work with computers, people that like to work on energy, people in the healthcare and the medical area, business and finance, and the one that's closest and dearest to my heart, which is advanced manufacturing and production. So that's some of the best advice I've seen and how I translate that into reality. So a little bit of my background. I grew up in the area. I went to Butler High School. Butler is located about 30 miles north of Pittsburgh. And I found that I really wanted to learn how things worked. I was always curious about how something worked. So that took me more to the science and the math and then to the physics also. So when I went to college, I decided to continue to learn how things worked. So I took at Penn State a degree in physics. But halfway through that, I decided I didn't want to stay on the theory side of physics. I wanted to see things made. I like stuff. I want to see something you do every day to go out the door. So I went more to applied physics and manufacturing. When I started to work in a manufacturing company, I could understand almost everything was talked about, but I couldn't always understand what those accounting and finance people were talking about. So I went back and got a master's in business administration to try and understand that and some other additional general training. So that's a little bit about me. So a little bit about where we work. So I work at a company called Oberg Industries, and we make high precision metal parts and assemblies for a variety of different applications. Now, Michelle, maybe you'll help me with show a couple parts here. So we do everything from helping the companies that make metal cans. Remember, every time you pick up a metal can, whether it's a pop or bean can or whatever it is, there's a really good chance that Oberg helped make the tooling that formed the shape of the metal can. If you have a relative that maybe has had a knee implant or hip implant or something like that, there's a good chance that Oberg helped make parts. This is actually a part that will go inside a knee. And we make a lot of parts for motors too. This actually is made up of a series of individual parts stacked together that makes a motor go around. Oh, and by the way, this part is a part we used when we're teaching mathematics to 10th and 11th graders to show them how you would apply geometry and how you would apply algebra and trigonometry to that particular part. So this was part of one of our Zoom lessons that I talked about earlier. So that's what Oberg Industries does. And we have a lot of interesting customers. But now let's talk about typically what I would do during my day. So in your career, there's a variety of different ways to go. There's a traditional path that go from one area to another. So Michelle's going to pull up one slide now. That is a more traditional way of how a career path might go. And that's one where you work and continuously progress into different areas. So here at Oberg, you can start an apprentice, is where you come in, and we train you about what to do on the manufacturing floor. You get a 2 to 4 year education while you're being paid to learn. Then you're fully qualified. You go on the manufacturing floor, maybe become a supervisor, manager, etc. And by the way, our president and CEO went through this career path. But then there's also other career paths where they can come from a variety of different areas. You jump around or interested in many different areas and get a lot of different experience. That happens to be more like the career path that I followed. So in my typical day, in the past, a typical day might have included working with areas like being responsible for manufacturing, working with salespeople to sell our products, putting quality systems in place, or setting the strategy of the company. Right now, though, what I'm focusing on is more the marketing area that would put together things to promote Oberg, whether it's displays or data sheets or videos or things like that. And I have a gentleman that works with me that's very, very strong in that area. Or it might be areas in technology, or I'm also involved in supporting the apprentice training we talked about, attracting people, educate them why that's a good opportunity for them, and then putting the programs in place that educate them. So one of the things I might do is I might walk around our plants during the day. And Michelle, if you call up just a little view of some of the things I might see. This is actually our headquarters. And on the lower left hand, you see that it says corporate headquarters. That's where I walk in every day. This is the building where I work. And then a couple miles up the road, we have 2 other buildings. One focuses on stamping products. One focuses on machining products. We're now walking around the manufacturing floor. I'd walk around when I was looking at machining products. So that's what advanced technology manufacturing looks like for Oberg Industries. Pretty neat, pretty clean, and always 68 degrees plus or minus 2 degrees in that plant with really fun equipment with great technology in there. So that's what I might be seeing. I might be looking at a manufacturing cell like you see here. So thanks, Michelle. Those are some of the things I might see. So you're getting ready and trying to be ready for a job in the future. So it probably is important for you to know, what do people look for when they're hiring you? Well, some of the things I look for are, did you have the right education and training? Did you work hard at that training? And did you get good grades? So working hard is very important. Showing that you're interested by getting good grades and having a passion for it. Our slogan includes passion for precision manufacturing. A passion and love for what you do is something that's really important. So I look for that. And I look for good communication skills. You're going to have to work with people. You're going to have to present yourself. So getting along with people and being able to present your ideas well is something else that's also really important when you're looking to get your job. And when you're doing that, when you're talking with everybody else, always remember though, be yourself. That's who you need to be. Be sure you're interested, be sure you're involved, and have the right background and some special skill sets that they're looking for in that job. So when I look at people to consider, that is some of the things that I consider when I'm looking to hire people. Now, as far as what I also do, I'm also interested in being sure that as a person, you give back to your community, because you want to be sure that when you've been and what you're involved with is you're making the world better. That's important. So that's why I've gotten involved in junior achievement, because I think it's really important to have people that have education on financial capabilities and entrepreneurship. So I'm very optimistic about the future. There are great opportunities out there. I'm biased towards manufacturing. Companies like Oberg Industries, with its strong apprentice program, is an alternative way to college. We hire college graduates here too, but apprentice programs, opportunities, there's going to be great opportunities in the Pittsburgh area. And so remember, when you're looking for what you want to do, make sure you work hard for it. When you're in all aspects, whether it's in school or whether in business, be kind to other people, be fair with other people, and have fun. Thanks for taking a few minutes with me. I hope you've learned a couple things that are interesting and you remember for the future.